wish I had like spooky, cute decorations for this video, but I don't. And I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy some. But we're just going to be reading thriller, mystery, you know, those kinds of books. So I'm really excited about that. I actually already started a book. I started Pines by Blake Crouch, which, oh my god, I have such a story about Blake Crouch as an author in general. Like, I feel like he started my reading journey. I want to like chat a little bit about how I got into reading, starting from a very young age. So when I was in 4th grade, you know how like when you're in school, they made you do like these STAR tests or like these reading tests after you finished a library book? Well, I was like the kind of student that hated getting in trouble, and I never really got in trouble. I was like a goody two-shoes. And during this time, we had to, in order to like check out a new book from the library, we had to pass the STAR exam, like the reading exam, because you had to read the book, obviously. And I was reading this book. I like was enjoying reading. I was really liking it. But then in 4th grade, I picked out this book called like Molly Moon or something. It was like this sci-fi for like kids, obviously. But I was so like confused and bored, and I didn't want to finish the book. And I kept failing the STAR exam, and they didn't allow me to go check out new books. So I had to like finish that one and pass it, and I never did. So then I just stopped reading, and I hated reading for that reason. And then obviously like I had to read more when I was in school. But then I got into reading like for the fun of it when I was in like, oh my god, in junior high, so like 8th grade-ish, I started reading Wattpad. Of course. Started with After. I read all of those books. I was obsessed. I like reread them 3 times. I don't know what I was doing reading those books at that age, but it just like led me into like this rabbit hole of just reading Wattpad stories, mostly based on like Macon and O2L kind of like books. And then, but I didn't really pick up an actual novel, an actual book. It was just Wattpad stories that I was like eating up. And then when I started college, I watched the show Looking for Alaska, and I absolutely adored it. So then I realized that it was based off on a book, ordered the book, read the book, loved it, and then started reading books like that, like by John Green, and started reading like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, like sort of like books, older books that had movie adaptations. And I would sort of do that, and then it sort of like died off a little bit. And then, like a couple months later, I picked up the book Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, which is like so random because again, I don't really read a lot of sci-fi, but I absolutely like enjoyed this book. And I have such a pleasant memory of like reading this book and like carrying it with me everywhere. And I feel like that led me to who I am now, or like what I'm doing now, and like just constantly reading and having reading goals for the year, which is just crazy. And ever since then, I haven't read another Blake Crouch book. So that was my long rant about it, but this book is going well so far. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm 80% done with it already, and it's so spooky. Like, basically it's based on this town, like this secluded town where the Secret Service agent is sent on a task to go and find other Secret Service agents that were sent there, but they never returned. So then he goes to this town with a partner, and just like odd things start happening, like these like accidents. It's a very like gory, it's like a mind fuck type of thing. Like, it's the kind of scary that like it makes you think you're going crazy. And even towards the end, like things keep surprising me, because since I'm going in this book knowing that it's a series, I feel like the story has to continue in a way that sort of leaves in like a cliffhanger. Like there has to be more to it in order for like other 2 books to follow. And it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. The audiobook is really great. Like the narrator is amazing. And I'm really excited to like continue to read it. I've honestly just been listening to it on my drives. I've been listening to it on my walks. I went on a walk earlier today and listened to it. And yeah, just like on my everyday tasks, that's what I've been doing. Right now though, I want to start a new book on my Kobo, and I want to head over to the beach, just lay my little blanket, have Lilo there, lay down. I want to go to watch the sunset, and also it like just gets cooler, and I'm just going to bring like a sweater. I bought this new bag, which you saw in my recent video, but isn't she gorgeous? I have a sweatshirt in here, I have my Kobo, my water bottle, AirPods, and some of her like snacks, treats / dinner, because I don't know how long long we're going to be there for. And like when she does good, because again, she's a very skittish dog, I just give her little treats. So the book that I want to start on my Kobo is actually from the library. I downloaded it. It's called Happy Wife by Meredith Lavender and Kendall Shores. I've never read any of the books from like these authors before. I feel like I tend to not go back to like previous authors. I don't know why, but I'm just excited for this one because it seems like it's a thriller book. I'll read a little bit of the synopsis of it. It's a thriller book, but it's placed in like Florida, so I feel like it gives like a mix of summerween. A young woman must find her missing husband and prove her innocence in this twisty, unputdownable novel set in an ultra-wealthy Florida community where looks can kill. Nora Davies doesn't exactly fit in to Winter Park, Florida, where old guard Floridians mix with the tax-fleeing coastal elite. 28 and barely making ends meet working at a country club, Nora feels like she's going nowhere fast. Enter Will, a prominent 46-year-old lawyer, father to a teenage daughter and recently divorced. The two set Winter Park's social scene agog when they fall in love and marry after a whirlwind Cinderella-style courtship. But Winter Park is fully upended when Will disappears the morning after a birthday bash Nora throws for him. Going back and forth between Nora and Will's romance and the search in the wake of Will's mysterious disappearance, Nora must answer the question from all: where is Will? Where is Will? Sort of reminds me of Stranger Things. I just finished listening to Pines by Blake Crouch, and honestly, the entire book is crazy. The last 20%, I had to like keep rewinding the audio back to just make sure that I'm actually paying attention to what is happening because I really want to continue the series. And honestly, this book was a little crazy and it took a turn that I wasn't expecting at all. It's like, I think I explained a little bit of what this book was about, but Ethan is a Secret Service agent who goes into a specific town looking for other like coworkers that have gone missing. So he's trying to figure out what's happening with this town, and the town itself, the people, like the way people are, like even within like the doctors, the sheriff, like everyone, it's a little odd. They're acting a little eerie, and this entire book is about like surveillance and control, but there's like this twist that like is reminding me a lot about like other things, like other movie franchises, but I don't want to spoil it because I feel like it's a big surprise if you do end up reading this book. And there's like certain parts that honestly gave me the chills when I was reading them. Like it was so eerie and I can imagine it as a movie. So I really enjoyed this book in that way. I know this entire like reading blog is supposed to be like thriller, horror, like mystery. It's just like spooky, eerie vibes for summerween. And it did give that vibe, but I think because this book is mostly like sci-fi-ish, like, I was wanting more about, like, that scary, spooky, but that's on me for choosing this book. But honestly, I was really intrigued because I had read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, like, a long time ago, and I did my little rant about my reading journey. And it does give, like, a similar vibe, which is pretty cool. I do have to say, though, like, in the beginning, Ethan, or in general, like, Ethan is not the best character. Like, he's annoying, and, like, I wouldn't like him as a person, so sometimes when, like, I had just started the book, some of his commentary, I was like, oh, like, you're, like, I didn't like his kind of vibe, honestly, but it's fine. I'm glad I stuck by it because sometimes, like, when you're reading a book, you're not going to relate to the character, you're not going to necessarily like them, and they're going to be unlikable, and that's okay. But it's a really good book, to be quite honest, and I'm excited to continue this series. I'm not going to continue it in this vlog because I am still, where's my Kobo? I'm still going to be reading Happy Wife by Meredith Lavender and Kendall Shores. I think I like mentioned starting this book. I'm honestly just 13% done, and again, I want to read a little bit more before we get into me explaining a little bit what this book is about and like my thoughts and opinions. And I think later on today, we're going to just spend some time outside and spend some quality time with the book. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be reading and then I'll give you more of an update. And then I still have another book that we're going to be reading for this vlog. I'm so excited. I'm thinking for the next book, since it's like a different form of like a book itself, I listen to an audiobook, I'm reading an ebook, and then I want to read a physical book. I've never actually, well, I think I have, or like once or twice, like annotated a book. And I think I'm doing like baby steps because I'm the kind of reader that I don't like to like dog ear books or highlight them or write on them. Like, I don't know why, but then I'm also thinking about like, I want to immerse myself like into the book, and also like these are my books, like no one else is reading them. Like why am I trying to keep them really pristine? And I really want to annotate that book. I'm so excited, but I'm trying to focus on one book at a time to like give it the best chance. So I'm going to finish this book first, and then I'll introduce the next book and start all of that. I'm so excited. I am 70% done with Happy Wife, and anytime I pick up this book to read it, I'm thinking that I'm reading a romance book. There's not much about like the disappearance of Will. We get little snippets of Nora trying to investigate and connect certain dots and like certain people up together to figure out why he disappeared in general, because she clearly has no idea, and we don't have any idea either as the reader. If anything, this book focuses a lot on Nora's life, and in that sense, it's like character driven, but I'm enjoying, I don't know, I'm a little lost because I say that I don't like character driven books, and this one, like, there's a plot to it that we're following along, so I think just having something like that in the back of my mind, I'm enjoying this book more because I'm getting to know Nora, I'm getting to know her relationship with Will, I'm getting to know sort of where all of these dots lead up, and that's why I'm liking it. And this book to me reads more like a romance book because we're also getting to know how Nora met Will, because she was like the swim instructor in a club, and he has a daughter that spends a lot of time in the club, so like they sort of met through the daughter herself. And I don't know, I was reading this book and I completely forgot that I was like reading a mystery. I thought I was just reading a fun summer like romance. And then I'm like, oh right, your husband is missing. Let's get back to that. And I don't know, like I wish it had more of that aspect. I wish Nora took more time out of her day to try to investigate what's happening, or like partner up with her friend Este to figure out what's happening. Oh, we don't get that. We just get like a lot of people pointing fingers at Nora. We get like her relationship with Will's ex-wife, and honestly, it's really fun to read. I really enjoy it. One of the comments that was so funny is because so like Will goes missing, but obviously like Nora doesn't know the extremities of it. She's not like, in her head, she's like, oh, he's working. He usually works a lot. So she's like worried, but like he'll come back. He's probably busy. And Estee is trying to like get Nora's mind off of everything, and she's like, come on, let's go have a spa day, let's go work out, let's go get Botox, because these are all things that they already had planned. And Nora sort of like, she doesn't want to go, but she ends up going because Estee pushes her to do it. But as she goes, or as she leaves the Botox like place, she's leaving with like an ice pack on her head, and like obviously it's like this whole office for like not cosmetic procedures, but like Botox and things like that, and filler and stuff. And there's a bunch of like paparazzis because like her husband Will is like this big like lawyer of like the entire town. Like he's really well known. Like he's rich, like really, really wealthy, I don't know. So like his disappearance is a big deal. And now they're making like tabloids and like articles and news outlets and stuff saying like, oh my god, like look at the new wife over there getting Botox after her husband has disappeared. Like, wow, she truly doesn't care. And she bumps into like the ex-wife Constance, and Constance is there making those same remarks. Like, oh my god, like I can't believe you're here to get Botox after like Will's missing, like you're not even worried, blah blah blah. And like while Constance is there, like why is that girl there too, like out of nowhere? And then she's like, oh, I'm actually gonna go to an appointment because I have a lot of migraines and I need the Botox. That was like so funny. Do you know what I mean? It's like she's pointing fingers at Nora when she's doing the exact same thing, but hers makes more sense because of the migraines, which is fine. Like I know it can help, but I thought like this was really funny, and there's little snippets like that like I enjoy. But again, I forget that like this whole thing is about Will. Like I don't know what happened to the man, and it seems like no one here is trying to figure out what happened. It's just more so like the aftermath of his disappearance. But I'm really liking it. If you can't tell, I'm like blabbing about it. But I am really excited to sort of figure out what happens in the end, you know? Like, where the hell is Will? Well, I know a little bit more about it now, but I don't want to spoil it. But I still haven't finished it. I'm 70% done. It's going well. Right now, though, I'm about to go to the movie theaters, and Jesse and I are going to watch The Evil Dead Burn or something like that. I'm not big on horror movies. I watch a lot of them because Jesse loves them, my brother loves them, so I tend to watch a lot of horror movies. So I thought it'd be fun to include that little snippet in this vlog because it is a summer wing vlog, so I felt like a scary horror movie would be fun too. Obviously, I'm not going to vlog like the entirety of the movie theater, and we don't really buy snacks because we take our own, but let's see what kind of little snippets I get, or maybe I can talk a little bit about the movie after. But right now I'm scared because I watch scary movies like this. We'll see how it goes. We watched The Evil Dead Burn, and it was just gore all around from beginning to end. I kept looking at Jesse and I was like, why are we watching this? Why? I don't get that scared of gore. It just grosses me out. Like, I'd rather you scare me than gross me out, but it's fine. Lately, though, I feel like I have been doing a bit better with scary and like thriller movies, because typically when I watch those movies, my heart is pounding. And for this one, you know, I was like, okay, it's whatever. I want to throw up, but it's fine, you know? My heart's not pounding. I don't feel that scared, which I don't at all. It was just gross. If you've seen it, I don't know. You know what I mean, if you've seen it. I also finished reading Happy Wife, and I really enjoyed that book. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm already 2/3 done with this reading vlog, and I need to introduce the third book, which I'm so excited about. I'm also saving my readings to the end of the video until I'm finished with my third book, just to give me some time, because I might change the rating for some of them. I'm like thinking back to them, I don't know, but I really did enjoy that book. I started Carmilla or Carmilla. I bought this book in San Francisco. If you watch that vlog, you're a real one. You're a real one, because I don't know why my little travel ones don't do good. No one cares that I travel except for me, but those are my favorite videos to film because I look back at them and I'm just like, oh my god, it was so much fun. But I went to a bookstore. I actually have the bookmark that the bookstore gave me. I went to Green Apple Books and I got this beauty right here, and honestly, like, I decided to annotate this book just because I'm like, it's an older book, maybe it's gonna take me a little bit longer to, I don't really typically read older books, okay? Sometimes they have different like vocab words or like ways that they like tell stories can sometimes be confusing, but this one's fine. Like, it's not hard to read at all. But I still wanted to annotate it, and okay, I've never annotated before, so please tell me like what I should do maybe for like a next book. Like, what are people highlighting? See, that's another thing. Like, sometimes I'm just like, what can you possibly be highlighting or like writing down? Like, I'm so confused. But I'm doing my own little take on it, and I have 2 little highlight colors. I have these 2, and for the brown, I have Iconic Lines. And for the red/pink, I have Swept Me Off My Feet. So like the romance part of it. And this is a sapphic book, which I'm so excited. But again, I don't know how much like romance or spice there's going to be in this book, but we'll see. I'm really excited though. I just read the first chapter. No, wait. Like, I read the prologue, and the prologue lost me a little bit. I was like, damn, like, it's gonna be a little hard to read. And then I finished the first chapter, and I was hooked. It was so good. Are you kidding me? I'll show you my annotations, but wow, like, it has the spookiest scene already. The spookiest scene, and it's just chapter 1. Like, let me tell you about it. So we have Laura, who lives in a castle with her dad, and there's other people that work around the castle, but typically, like, it's just her and her dad. Her dad is getting older, and she's recalling like memories that she's had when she was little. Like, someone would take care of her at her nursery room when she would go to sleep, and she was thinking back on a time when she was like laying down in her bed, like in her crib or something, I don't know what, but just like in a bed, like when babies sleep. I don't know how old she was. And there was a lady at the side of her bed looking at her, like a pretty little face looking at her in the night, and she crawls into bed with her, and she's just there like cuddling her. Imagine that. And then at some point, like, Laura sort of accepts this happening because, again, she's like a kid and nothing's really happening, and so she feels like pain and she starts screaming, and then the lady slips off the bed and then just goes under her bed. Like, I'm telling you, like, just saying that again gives me chills. Like, that is so spooky. So this is literally what I've been wanting. Like, I've been wanting to get goosebumps, I've been wanting to get creeped out, and this is it. I just have 20 more pages to read from this book, and I want to just do a little quick reading sprint to finish this book. I've also been listening to another book which was not planned at all, but I made sure that it was a thriller to include it into this video. Honestly, I can't live without a good audiobook, or without an audiobook in general. I feel like I tend to do a bunch of things, or like when I'm working and I'm at the office, I just like to have my audiobook in. I feel like twice as productive. And I've been listening to Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. It's been really good in the way that, like, you know how sometimes audiobooks or certain audiobooks really stand out because it's like an entire show? This is exactly how this audiobook feels, because it talks about a podcast, and we have our like main podcaster guy who is investigating this case. So we have both POVs. Like, we have what's her name, Lucy's POV, which is the main character in this book. She has been, like, for years has been blamed for murdering her best friend, and this podcast guy wants to just uncover the truth. Like, he's not sure if Lucy did it, he's not sure if maybe it wasn't her, and like trying to figure out what actually happened. But Lucy's from like this, I think from like Austin, Texas, or like this small town in Austin, Texas, but that's a city near Austin. I have no idea. It's in Texas, basically, and everyone just knows her as like this killer. And it's just really interesting because we like listen to interviews and like the podcast episodes, and it just makes it go really fast. I'm literally 96% done with this audiobook. I've binged it basically, and I need 20 minutes. So I need 20 minutes of this audiobook, and I need 20 pages of this book, and I think I'm going to read this first, listen to this, and then give my final ratings of all the books that I read, which is honestly like, oh, there's been so much fun to do this little summerween. I love thriller, horror, like mystery books. It's just my kind of vibe. Or like psychological thrillers. I didn't read any here, I don't believe so, but if you have any recommendations, please drop them down. It's because they're just so bingeable, and I have a fun drink. Oh my god, that like splashed everywhere, like the condensation. I have a Bloom drink. I haven't tried the peach mango. This is literally my second Bloom drink, not of the day, but I've tried only one other one before and it was pretty good. So I think I might be switching to this instead of Alani, but I don't know because I really like Alani's. But Let's see how this one tastes, or let's taste how this one tastes. Let's savor. Let's taste it. Can I not open it? I can't. I literally cannot open it. And I don't even have nails. Like I literally cut them. Oh my gosh, that's very mango-y. Usually I don't go for like mango flavored things because I love mangoes, but not like the artificial mango flavor. So I don't know if I try this one again. Like I'll finish it. But I think the first time I tried it, I tried like the summer splash one. That one was really good. All right, let's get to reading. We have this much. Also, like I swear to you, I've been like trying to bend my book. Like I've been doing this the entire time and it's still like, I feel like I'm just reading like this. Reading Carmilla and my audiobook Listen for the Lie. I'm so happy to be done with these two books. It just makes me feel more excited to start a new book. So it'll be another reading vlog, obviously. But there's no better feeling than just finishing a book. Like you feel so accomplished, you feel good, you have a whole story, like you just feel fulfilled. And that's how I feel right now. I'm still thinking about the rating for this one. It is fairly short, but I think out of all the books that I read, this is the one that gave me like goosebumps and like really, really spooky vibes. So on the spookster levels, we have Carmilla. And then down below Carmilla, we have, what else did I read? We have Pines, I think. Just because that one made me feel like if that was me, I'd be going crazy. Like I'd be so confused and so, just one of my fears is basically losing my mind. Like I think that's just crazy because like, aside from that, it's just, I don't know, like you're believing things that other people are saying are not true, and it's just like mind-boggling to think about. Really crazy. I honestly forgot the other book. Oh, Happy Wife. Oh, I actually really like that one. Okay, wait, but I'm for spooksters. Spooksters level, is that even a word? We have Carmilla, we have Pines, and then we have Listen for the Lie, and then we have Happy Wife. Happy Wife wasn't scary at all. It was like funny. It was like a rom-com for me. Yeah, it was just dealing with like a missing husband basically, and that's not scary. Anyways, I'm thinking about the ratings, and even though Happy Wife was not that spooky, it does have a higher rating, I think. And I think I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 or a 4-star. I know that's not the first book that I finished, but that's the first one on my mind. I want to say maybe 4 stars, just because it was really enjoyable. I like actually laughed out loud when I was reading that book, and I really liked the characters. I thought it was fun. The mystery of it all, or like the suspensefulness of it, it wasn't really there. So I think if it had that factor in it, specifically for this vlog as well, I think it'd be rated higher. But let's give it a 4-star. And then for Pines, I think maybe 3 stars or 3.5, because maybe 3.5 because I do want to continue the series. I feel like it is interesting enough for me to continue the second book, which would be fun. And then within that and knowing the world and the characters a little bit more, I think I'd enjoy the first book of Pines more as well. And then for Listen to the Lie, I think I would rate that maybe a 3.5 as well, because it was very bingeable, very entertaining, and it did have more of like this mysterious element. And I don't even think I explained what Listen for the Lie was. I did mention that there was like a podcast going on. I think I did mention it a little bit, but basically our main character, Lucy, is being blamed for her best friend's murder, which is Savannah, and this whole town is sort of blaming Lucy. I did explain it, and then the podcaster is trying to reveal the truth, basically. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed that book. I think 80% done with, like, when I got to 80% of the book, I realized who it was, like what happened. Not what happened, but who it was, basically. And I don't think that's like to gloat or anything, because I literally listened to 80% of the book. I'm wondering as to, like, sometimes when people like make theories up when reading a book, I wonder how fast they get to the point, like they know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? For Happy Wife, I didn't know, like that wasn't one of my guesses, but I feel like it didn't, I mean, it made sense the way that they explained it, but I wish there was more foreshadowing for it, or maybe I didn't pay close attention, I don't know. And then for Carmilla, okay, I want to say like the first half of this book, I would have given it even like 5-star vibes, because after reading like the first 2 to 3 chapters, I was in love. I was like, oh my god, this is so much fun, it's really spooky, it's entertaining, it's something different than what I usually read, and I was giving 5-star vibes. And then towards the middle, there's this time where a certain like general character comes, like he is a general of something, and he's like telling a story that happened to his daughter, and that part sort of lost me. Like I got bored of what was happening until we got back to like Laura's perspective and like the present time in which like this was happening. And then I sort of liked it, sort of picked up again. But again, it's fairly short. But I think just because this book is so different than what I typically read, I would give it like 4 to 4.5 stars. Just because the beginning was there for me. But I do think this would be the kind of book that I like reread and see more of like the foreshadowing. I don't know, maybe like a 4 stars actually. Maybe I was being too generous. But I did like it. Halfway through I stopped annotating though, because I didn't even know what to annotate. I sort of lost my, literally when the general was like talking about his story, I sort of lost it. And I was like, I don't even know what's happening, until I figured out what was happening. So I would give this 4 stars. I did like it. I just wish that part of the story was a bit shorter, but maybe it also ties into everything that the book is. I was expecting more like a romance-ish, but I guess it's not really like a romance book. It's more of a horror. And also like it was written so long ago. It was written like in 18 something, which is crazy. I don't know. This made me realize that I enjoy annotating, so I thought it'd be really fun for like another time to maybe do an entire vlog, a reading vlog dedicated to annotating, because I'm just figuring that out. And I thought that'd be really fun. Maybe have like, because I don't think I'd annotate every single book that I read because it takes time. But I think it'd be really fun because typically I'm in this mood of like binge reading, and sometimes I feel like the story itself doesn't stay with me for that long because I've just been binging it. Like I'm listening to my audiobook sometimes at like 1.25 speed or 1.5 speed. Like is it really like effective? Like am I really listening or reading it? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like when you annotate it, you're literally taking time. It's just more enjoyable. Like you're savoring the book, and I feel like that would be fun to sort of do. Maybe like one book depending on like the season, so like maybe a summer book that I really want to annotate, or like maybe with series, because I don't typically read a lot of series, but I feel like there's so much like character development and plot and a bunch of things that you need to remember, important information to continue on the series, and maybe annotating that would be really helpful. So we'll see, but that's for a future video. With all of that said, we are done with this video and this reading vlog. It was so much fun, and I want to do more reading vlogs. Oh, I have so many ideas. I just don't have enough time to do it all and to read all the books. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. That would be really nice and helpful. Or like leave a little comment down below with your favorite horror, thriller, mystery books, and maybe I can do another reading vlog reading the books that were commented in my videos. I think that'd be fun. Okay, bye.